As my own project me continues to evolve, there's been a dramatic shift in the way that I view the productivity area of my life. The old me used to jump from one task to the other, like trying to squeeze as much as I could into every single day and feeling highly productive based on how much stuff I managed to tick off my to-do list that day. That was really a lot of what it was about for me, was just like, how productive can I be? How much can I get done? And you know, you can fill every hour of every day up with doing stuff and still never reach the bottom of your to-do list, right? I mean, there's always gonna be some paperwork that needs to be sorted out, or your email inbox that needs clearing out, or some room of your house that needs a good Marie Kondo clear out, right? The list is never ending of all the things that you can be doing. And you know, if you think you're gonna reach the bottom of that to-do list and then be like, okay, now got everything done and now I can do something just for me. You know, that's just a complete fallacy. What dramatically changed things for me, first of all, so I'm going to lead into what my newest revelation is, but what the first step for me was several years ago, when I moved from having all my to-do list in my head and on random scraps of paper and post-it notes and app on my phone, and you know, just my to-do list was everywhere. And when I got a master to-do list together, and I've talked about this already in another video, my Trello training video, but Trello was the app that got me to organize all my to-dos and everything into one place, so it wasn't all over the place and it was never in my head. I could add tasks on the go, and I used the desktop version for plotting out my day, plotting out my to-do list, and then moving it over into Design My Day. I've talked about all this already, but what has changed for me now is that because I know that I've freed up so much mental bandwidth by no longer hanging on to so much here and having to look around for things and always having that feeling of like, am I forgetting to do something, and not chasing my tail all the time and putting out fires, all of that freed up so much more headspace in order for me to work on my personal growth. And I think it is because of that I'm a much calmer person. And my latest shift is something that I've been playing with for quite a while, but I've come to really harness it now in a way that I'm excited to share with you. So it is all about, for me now, alignment before action. And what I mean by that is, it's like I feel like I call in almost like my source connection before I get moving on stuff. And when I'm going to be switching from one task to another, I realign. I don't just kind of go from one thing to the other, because when I do that, I feel exhausted by the end of it. I mean, I'm super productive, I'm getting loads done, taking things off the list, but I reach a certain saturation point where I'm just kind of brain dead, and then instead of getting done more, I end up just flipping over to social media and wasting time and all of that. And I now, but not enjoying that, you know, like doing it, but not enjoying it. And I'm now realizing that when I move through my day with more of a sense of lightness and I have a sense of flow in my day, I get so much more done. It's almost like I'm guided. It's almost like I am using my intuition and just knowing who I need to call to help me with that, or when I need to do that, and things flow out of me. If I'm writing a blog post, or if I'm doing anything, it just flows without the hard work. And then I'm getting things done in this much more calm way. So there are many ways I've discovered to bring myself into alignment before action, and I'm going to give you kind of two simple ones that I do every day now. The first thing I do is I meditate. Now, I've talked about this before. You guys know what a fan of Insight Timer meditation app I am. But the reason I love that one in particular is because I can tap on Insight Timer meditation app and I can choose a 1-minute meditation, or I can choose 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever I've got. And it's so easy to do. I mean, I've got it parked on my home screen, and I can finish one task and feel like, whew, I've done that, tick it off. And I can literally go, okay, now I am gonna just realign myself. If I've done a bunch of things, I'll do this. I'll just realign myself by pressing a 1-minute or a 2-minute or a 5-minute meditation. Close my eyes, breathe, and tap back into like that source connection again. And then, whew, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Now, I don't do that after each and everything. It isn't like I make an appointment for the dentist and then I go, okay, now I'm gonna listen to a 1-minute meditation. No, but what I do now is I also have little things that I do that aren't quite as long as a meditation, but just help me to stop in between tasks. So I will just stand up and give myself a little stretch, a little like that. I will grab my water and drink some water. It is just doesn't have to take very long just to go, okay, all right, next. And to just be kind of like moving through my to-do list with like excitement over the next thing and realigning. It sounds crazy, but I'm now doing this all the time. And so little things between each task, even if it's just standing up and having a stretch, and then like a bigger pause after finishing something that's maybe been a bit more taxing, like working on my taxes, for example, doing something like that, going outside, just staring up at the sky, saying thank you. You know, if I've got more time, take a little walk, stroke my cat who's just meowing in the background. Oh, here he is. Stroke my cat. And I think he wants me to bring him into it. You know, just do a little something to bring myself back into aligned action. And when I do that, boy, oh boy, my day goes with so much more flow. And it's no longer about how much stuff can I get done in a day, but it's just how good can I feel during my day as I'm getting done the stuff that are my biggest priorities and letting go of the stuff that doesn't really matter. And if I don't get through it all, that's okay, because tomorrow's a new day. So much more forgiving. Now, there is so much more that I want to talk to you guys about with the kind of the new me and the evolution of my Project Me. And really, I'm going to be diving into that so much more with my Project We community. So if you're in my Project We community, you're already seeing this. I'm doing a lot of workshops now. We have a once-a-month live workshop, and I put a lot of information and videos and things into the hub. We have the Project We hub, and that's where you log in and you get videos from me and action sheets that I don't share anywhere else. And of course, there's the online community aspect of it, where we're coming in every week, setting our intentions, reporting back on our wins, and supporting one another with our goals and intentions. So if you're not in Project We and you don't know about Project We, I'm going to put a link to that under the video here. And one thing I want to add is that my Trello training and now my Evernote training and lots of other productivity trainings that have really made a massive difference to my life and other people's, those all come included in Project We membership. So I used to sell them separately, and now the same cost of 1 month of Project We membership is the cost of just one of those trainings. So I mean, even if you just wanted to try Project We for 1 month, you would be able to get all these trainings and see what it's like and everything. And my cancellation policy is just cancel whenever you like. So really, just there's nothing to lose really. So I'm going to be delving much more into alignment before action and all the stuff I talked about tapping into source and using my intuition, and how my Project Me has evolved in the last couple of years, and even more so in just the last few months. Excited to share that with you. Okay guys, alignment before action. I want to hear from you. Let me know how it goes in the comments below.